Welcome back, everybody. In this episode of Cooking with Kirby, we're going to be making a Mexican traditional comfort dish. It's called Birria de Res. Now you can have birria in two different ways, with lamb or with beef. Today we're going to be doing beef, and also how they serve it. There's two different ways. You can have it as a soup or the taco. Me personally, I love the soup. It's packed with lots of flavor. The broth is so delicious. So no further ado, let's get into the recipe.
Since you're here, hit the like and subscribe button and make sure that the notification bell is rang. Check me out on social media. That way you can get notification of all my new recipes.
To start off, for the ingredients of our birria, we're going to be needing a half of an onion that we're going to be cooking with the beef, along with a whole garlic. We're also going to need 2 teaspoons of Spanish oregano. Now what I did is I measured my 2 teaspoons and I grounded up the oregano. So you kind of want this a little fine. You don't want this thick. We also need a teaspoon of cumin, along with 2 bay leaves. Now for our chilies, I'm going to be using 2 guajillo chilies. Now I took out the seeds and I took out the veins and everything. You know, try to get as much seeds as you can. And then also we're going to be using 2 California chilies. And then to add a little bit of heat, we're going to be adding in 1 New Mexico chili pod. Now, I don't have any beef broth, but what I'm going to be using today is Knorr's beef bouillon. Now, this is 2 tablespoons, and I'm going to be filling this up with water. I'm probably going to be needing more than 4 cups of water. To make this with a nice broth, you want a good amount of water in there. For the meat, we're going to be using about 2.5 to 3 pounds of chuck roast. You can use different cuts of meat. You just basically want something with a little bit of fat. As you can see, I cut them in cubes, but I'm not removing the fat. That fat is going to be adding a lot of flavor. So let's get to the Instant Pot and we'll get this going. All right, so we got our Instant Pot here. Now I'm going to be adding in the beef bouillon mixed with 4 cups of water. Now I will be adding more water to this because, like I said, I want it like soupy. So let's go ahead and add in our beef. Okay, so we're gonna be adding in all our chili pods. Now, after this cooks, I'm going to be taking some of those ingredients out and we're gonna be blending it. Right now, we just want it to cook together. That way we can, infuse with those flavors. Now let's add our bay leaves. Add in our oregano and our cumin, and then along with our whole garlic cloves. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and add in our onion. Go ahead and just chop these in quarters. So that's a half an onion there. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and fill this to where all the ingredients are submerged. So that's another 4 cups. I say that's gonna do it right there because some of that fat's gonna render down. So that's gonna give us some more juice. So it's gonna go ahead and give this a stir, mix everything around. I'm not gonna be adding any salt at this moment since I did put 2 tablespoons of beef bouillon. I'm not gonna be adding any sodium right now. So actually what I'll do is I'll check later once it's cooked, and then that way if it needs more seasoning, go ahead and add more seasoning. So I'm gonna be slow cooking this, so I'm gonna be leaving the vent open. Okay, so since we're slow cooking this, I'm gonna be hitting the slow cook feature. Now, depending on how long you wanna let it cook is gonna depend on what your settings you're gonna be. So I want it to actually cook in about 4 hours. It's about noon right now, a little past noon. So I want this done like close to 5 o'clock. So I'm gonna be actually hitting more, so you just keep pressing the slow cook button and it'll change what mode you want. Now, I actually have it set to 4 because this is what I use my Instant Pot for. I use it mostly for like breaking down meats, making soups and stuff like that, or stews. So that's pretty much it. We got it set to high temperature and 4 hours. So we're gonna just let this do its thing, and if it needs a little bit more time, then we'll give it another hour or so, but I think 4 hours will break down that meat. The Instant Pot does really good on breaking down, large roasts like that. So we'll check back in about 4 hours. So for our sides, we're gonna be doing some cilantro, some onion, some lime, cabbage, and also we're gonna be having some salsa, which I already have in the fridge, already prepared. And then once it's all done, we'll heat up some corn tortillas and serve everything. All right, so we are done. So since I had the vent open this whole time, there's no pressure. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up, see what we're looking like. All right, so we wanna make sure that the beef is pull apart tender. I can already feel it, yeah, it's pull apart. Yeah, we'll be able to shred that easily. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out the chili pods, the garlic, and the onion, and we're gonna place it in our blender. And also the bay leaf. You wanna make sure you blend the bay leaf also. All right, so we're gonna take about a cup of this broth and put it here in the blender, and then we're gonna give this stuff a blend. All right, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it right back in there. Go ahead and give this a stir. Oh yeah, it's got a nice color now. So I already got the meat taken out, and I'm gonna go ahead and shred that, and we're gonna get that right back in here. So right now is actually the time you wanna check to see if you need any seasoning. Just a tad bit of salt. Use sea salt or kosher salt. Let me get another spoon. All right, that's perfect right there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and shred up the meat, and then we'll put it right back in there. All right, so this is super, super tender. As you can see, all this stuff is just pulling right apart. So just go ahead and shred everything up. All right, so we have all our meat shredded up. Now, if you're gonna be making tacos, all you need to do is just take some of that juice from that broth and put it in here and make your tacos. They're so juicy and delicious. But like I said, we're gonna be making the soup today, the consommé. So I'm gonna put this back in there, and then I'm gonna serve it up in a bowl. Yeah. That's a real hearty soup right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and make me a bowl real quick, and I want to show you guys the taste test. For birria, this is everything you need right here. We got some salsa, cabbage, onion, cilantro, lime, and corn tortilla. I got another corn tortilla coming pretty soon. So now we're gonna go ahead and add a scoop of this salsa, homemade salsa. And then we're gonna go ahead and add a pinch or so of the cabbage. Now we're gonna add a pinch of the onion. And then a pinch of the cilantro. Now we're gonna go ahead and squeeze some lime in there. Go ahead and add both slices. All right. So like when I go to Mexico and I eat this at the taco shops, they basically give you your bowl, and there's a lady right there just heating you up some corn tortillas, just like this. Dig in like that, take a bite. That broth is really, really good. Yeah, that's money right there. Now you want to get a little bit of the meat, a little bit of cabbage, a little bit of that onion, and you dip your tortilla in there. And you take a bite of your beef. Then you follow it up with a tortilla. That is some really delicious stuff. Hands down, you guys gotta try this. This has so much flavor. Seriously, it's just like a pack full of flavor in a bowl. Let me know what you think about that recipe. It is very delicious. That broth is no joke, packed with flavor. If you're new to my channel, consider hitting the subscribe button, that way you can see future videos just like this. As always, I'll leave the link in the video description and in the comment section, so that way you can go to my website, cookingwithkirby.com, to get the full printable recipe. Now I have these recipes, they're very good, and you should try them out. Now y'all be beautiful, and take care.